Ooh, tasking with this. Good morning, everyone. Happy birthday to whoever's celebrating. Happy anniversary to whoever's celebrating. Good morning. Today is the day we've never been in before. We need to rejoice and be glad in it. Ooh, I tell you, some people, they just like the whole road belong to them and nobody else is driving on it. Oh, but anyway, today is July the 18th, Thursday. Yepper. It's a Thursday. And so, I just want to, wish everybody a happy, hotter than July day. But anyway, this is going to be real quick. Real quick and real short. This is me. Don't nobody have to agree. That's your business. And this is my business. And the way I feel. Okay? So, let's start. It's here in Detroit, Michigan. It's an island called Belle Isle. Very popular island, very well known. Okay. I am 60. And out of all my 60 years, I never heard of any type of water contamination on the island. Okay? Never. Now, I have seen like two things happen since the state took over the island and want to run it. All right? So I'm gonna say the first one is like real minor. We have this big, gigantic slide on the island, right? Huge. And everybody that grew up in Detroit as a child, been on that slide. It's called the Giant Slide. When you say the Giant Slide in Detroit, or even in Michigan, everybody know what the Giant Slide is. All of us have been on the Giant Slide. Our children, grandchildren, whatever, right? Now, the state takeover, and a couple of years ago, was an incident with people coming down the slide, flying up in the air. That ain't never happened before. Okay. All right. Now, if you knew you was fixing it or it was going to be fixed, you shouldn't have allowed nobody to get on it. All right. Strike one. Strike two. All of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, we can't go swimming on the beach at Belle Isle because it has E. coli. It's not a coincidence. It's that when certain groups of people want to take things over, certain diseases happen. I'm just saying. It ain't never been no E. coli from what I heard. My parents ain't never told me about that. My older siblings have never told me about that, which would be 70 and 80. They're older. My older cousins, my older family members, you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever said anything about any type of contamination with the beach. Our beach ain't like Florida beach or California beach, but it's our beach and we like it. You know what I'm saying? So, they ain't never said it's part of Detroit River, but they never said anything about E. coli out of all my years of living in this city. All my life, really. That's all my life. that's just like, I'm gonna break it down. When it was all African American people on the island, there wasn't no diseases in the water. I'm gonna take it a step further. In the 60s and 50s and 40s, when the city wasn't predominantly black, it wasn't no E. coli in the water. It wasn't no contamination. Now all of a sudden, it's E. coli in the water. You can't make this up, but make this make sense to me. Okay? And don't come in here talking about, well, they didn't have the equipment that they have now. No, it wasn't that. It was people wasn't trying to contaminate the water. You know, people was cleaner. You know, people wasn't. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, all I'm saying is that water ain't never been contaminated like that. I don't know if they lying or it possibly could have E. coli, but how did it get there all of a sudden out of the clear blue sky? You know, and so that's just food for thought. It's taking me back to Flint. I'm sorry. That's the way my mind is going, and that's the way it's gonna stay, because that's what it's reminding me of. Flint. Is this just the beginning to get rid of all the black people in the city? Let's contaminate the water. They already did it because Detroit ain't never flooded, you know, before. Because when I was younger, like I said in another video, they used to come back in the alley and clean sewer out. They had this real big old machine thing, and it would suck everything out. And even on your streets, we have, you know, certain sewers on the streets that would get sucked out every month to keep it from flooding. And so all of a sudden they letting us get flooded. So it's a flood out and a contamination of water. What's next? Well, we already seen a house crisis. That was through the whole country. Boy, I tell you, I'll be glad when a certain group of people get some peace. For real, they need some peace. It's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. Well, everybody have a magnificent, glorious day. Stop your Jeep. Oh my God. I'm getting ready to get off here. Have a wonderful day. Bye.